show. Wednesday nights. And here we go. It's the rule of three with a touch of Basco. And like the Joker says, and here we go. It's Wednesday night and it's 9 o'clock. Click on the thumbnail, it's about to get hot. We get 3 different questions in only 3 minutes. It ain't for the scared, it ain't for the timid. Some will like us and some just don't. A lot will back us and some just won't. It don't matter with the Khaos crew. We specialize in making things do what they do. So sit back, chill, and enjoy the show with me, Chris, Guy Scar, and Nzo.
Fire, peace. 9 o'clock, Wednesday nights. Don't miss it. Check us out.
What is up, everyone? I am Chris Knight. This is Khaos Central's The Rule of Three. And of course, I got the 2 gentlemen with me, as always, Comic Chat Danny and Nzo of Biggaford Entertainment. We're going to let them talk really quick about their channels and tell you what they got going on. And we're going to start with Danny. Danny, tell everybody about yourself and what you've got going on.
I'm Danny Graham, aka Comic Chat, Monday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find me here on the...
Danny, tell everybody about you. Sorry.
Can you hear me now?
Go ahead. Yeah, no, you're fine.
All right. This is Danny, aka Comic Chat. You can find me here on this channel at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My show is a Chaotic Conversation, Monday nights. Last night was Anzo's shows, Khaos Lives. Fantastic new setup he's got going on. We list the 40 or 45 top villains on the list. Darth Vader won out, which was awesome. Looking forward to a good show tonight. And also Saturday, going to do the show before the Super Bowl on Square One. So tune into that. It should be good. And ready to go for the night.
Awesome. Nzo, tell everybody about yourself and your channel, what you got going on.
You're a little low, Nzo.
Oh, yeah, you're really low.
Am I really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can hear you, but barely.
What about now? Can you hear me now?
No, a little louder. It needs to be a lot louder, actually.
And yes, actually, it was that stinking cat that did it to me.
Yeah, you're still really low.
One day you will take my advice.
Hear me now?
And take that cat to the nearest Chinese place and do what you got to do.
You need to be a little louder.
Yeah, no, that's not happening.
Oh, there you go.
That's it right there.
A little more though, just a little bit.
What about now?
Awesome. There you go.
Okay.
He might have a point there, though. Just saying. I'm not like. Hold on, guys.
No, that's not happening, guys.
I'm trying to suck a climb on my head like I've seen climbing on yours.
All right.
You being
Okay, Nzo.
Yo.
Hold on.
Now, am I too loud? What's up?
No, you good.
Oh, okay.
All right. No, you're fine. Okay, go ahead and tell everybody about yourself. I'm sorry. My son was asking a question.
Yeah, as I mentioned, Biggaford Entertainment. You guys know the channel. Later on after this will be the OOC, so make sure you guys check it out. Other than that, man, I can't wait to get it started because Chris said we're going to hate him today, so I'm curious to know what we're going to hate him.
You're going to.
At least more than we already do. Like, really?
Yeah, exactly. No, you're definitely going to hate me more than you already do. For whatever reason, I'll explain later. Yeah, guys, I am Chris Knight. Real Review 3000 is my channel. ADHD for YouTube. That's what I like to say. But let's talk about Khaos Central for a minute. KhaosCentral.com, guys, check it out. Website. Got some cool articles up there right now. We're looking for people to write new articles. So if you're watching this now live, or if you watch this after the fact, if you'd like to write articles, giving your reviews on music, TV, movies, anything like that, or if you just want to write fantasy fiction for like your favorite, sci-fi or horror or anything. If you want to write, fantasy fiction of your own, we put that stuff up. And also, if you'd like to do things more like opinion-based things, you can do that too.
Yeah, maybe I'll write an article on how this fucking series, Book of Boba Fett, fucked me in the ass and raped my childhood.
Wow. Well then, look for that soon on KhaosCentral.com. Anyways, I mean, technically, if you want to write one, maybe by all means, yeah, you can do that. I mean, I asked you
I'll only
language down a little bit, but
I'll only do it if I have Danny's support. Do I have your support, Danny?
Yeah, go ahead, right about being traumatized and butt fucked by a space.
Anyways, let's talk about the YouTube. We're at 255 subscribers now, guys. That's a high mark for us. We've never been there. We've been at 251, 250, 252. We've been right around there, but we actually gained 5 today. So I appreciate it. To those of you who might be new to the channel, make sure to share it out and let everybody know, and let's get some more people, because we got our watch hours. We're just working for the subs now. So help us out on that. We greatly appreciate it. Let's get to it, guys. 3 topics, 3 minutes for each of us, and 3 minutes as a group. And here is the wheel.
Motherfucker.
Oh, I know you're talking about this tonight, so we're just going to start with it. Joe Rogan has been the target of recent calls for his show to be removed by Spotify. Spotify says they will not be a part of silencing him. Daniel Elk says that isn't the answer. That's the guy in charge of Spotify, if you didn't know. What do you think Spotify should do?
I'll go first.
Okay. And I will bring up the timer. 3 minutes is on the clock, and your time starts now.
Do exactly what they're doing. They paid $100 million to get his podcast on their series, and I honestly believe that is going on their platform, and I honestly believe that is going to be the defining factor of why his show is not going anywhere. He issued an apology. I heard some of the stuff he said, which will be a discussion on the OOC tonight, man, and you can see mashups of him saying the N-word like all the time, right? Never in a racist or derogatory way, but I guess he just felt like he was able to say the N-word, right? He hangs around with black people, I'm guessing, and feels he had the right to say it. He realizes now that he doesn't. The one thing that bothers me the most about what he said is his Planet of the Apes comment. That shit was like, wow, bro. And even though it was a joke, and I get it was a joke, you still have to be conscious and careful of some of the jokes you make. Like, in his apology, he was up there saying how, no, I'm not racist and this and that. But that comment was absolutely 100% racist. I don't care what anybody says, But at the end of the day, I don't think he is a racist. I think maybe he was just at the time where he was trying to say funny things or be down or whatever. I don't know. Maybe in his private life he is actually a racist and he saying all these things. You never know. I never thought Hulk Hogan was one too until he came out with that videotape. So, but at the end of the day, a lot of these things happened like over 10, 20 years ago, so I just feel like, if you're going to cancel somebody for something they did years ago, then we'd all get canceled, right? We all make mistakes. We all learn from our mistakes. I'm cool with his apology. I'll accept it. I have always liked his podcast. So at the end of the day, I just think they maybe, I don't know, get him to send some money to charity or some crap, black charity or something like that. But at the end of the day, it comes down to money, and the money that they spent on his podcast, there's absolutely no way that they're going to drop his podcast from it. A lot of people are coming out and going against what he said and stuff like that. But again, it was 20 years ago, 15, 20 years ago, however long ago it was. I think they're doing the right thing. Do what you got to do. Let him have his platform. People will still watch him. Shit, he might get more people watching him now because of the shit that happened. So it's more money for Spotify. Freedom of speech. At the end of the day, you get to say what you want to, whether I like it or not. So I don't think they should cancel them or anything like that. Spotify's doing what they're supposed to do.
Okay. Very good. All right, Danny, 3 minutes, and your time starts now.
I really didn't see or hear any of the comments firsthand. I heard a lot of I think Anzo told me what he said something about the Planet Apes thing and stuff. I know sometimes that people say jokes that are tasteless and insensitive, but their actions on whether or not you're a racist or not is what define you in my book. Because we've all said stuff. I was raised in the South, and I was raised around people saying negative stuff about people that don't look like me. People are saying stuff that people that look like me, we call ourselves the N word. They're offended by that. So people say things, especially in their youth, that sometimes comes back to haunt them when they're older. But at the end of the day, you can look at somebody's actions. Is this person doing things? Is he cracking and walking and looking like a duck? If he's doing that, then yeah, he's probably a racist. But if he says something back 20 years ago and has never indicated or shown anything that he is in fact a racist or hates one particular race or culture or whatever the case may be, then I can't say I'm a holding man to it because I'm a totally different person than I was 20 years ago. 20 years ago, I would probably say some crazy stuff and do some crazy things. But now that I'm older and mature, have children, grandchildren, I see the world a little bit differently. So, um, was it a good joke? But we correct me if I'm wrong. In the world of comedians, what used to be, that was the one place where we got free passes. You could say the N word or cracker or wetback or whatever derogatory word for
Mm-hmm.
whatever race, and it would be deemed as funny because if it's true, then we all know that each race has their own little different crazy things and things that are unique or mainly unique to just that particular race. So hell, I might would have said something like, "Oh, there's a bunch of whatever's in I don't know." Back 20 years ago, I might have said that. But now I know we live in a culture in a world now that you got to be careful what you say, especially if you reach a certain level of stardom, fame, notoriety, that kind of stuff. And I'm going back to the young lady Gina Carano. I'm not saying what she said was wrong, but you have to be sure what you say when you put something. When you hit send, you got to make sure that your wording and your understanding is perceived the way that you want to, in a way that is not going to be perceived anyway offensive because you saw the price she's paying. I'm not saying it's fair. I'm not saying I agree with it, but it's just a fact. What happened? So, will there be consequences for Joe Rogan? I don't know. I don't listen to his podcast. I don't listen to anything that he does. Maybe I may see him when he's commentating some kind of fight at a sporting event. Other than that, I don't listen to him. So it's not going to affect Danny one way or the other. But I don't think Spotify is going to get rid of him, especially if he's the cash cow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Shifty, it does that. I do encourage anybody to come back and check and see if you're still subbed. It does kick people off every once in a while. I appreciate you checking that out. Make sure you guys smash that like button, share out the stream on your favorite social media site. Let's get some more people in here. And 3 minutes on the clock for me. So, you know, it's a touchy subject. One, it's a radio platform people pay for, and if they're paying to listen to him, it's really difficult to come and say, "Oh, we're gonna cancel him, we're gonna take him off or whatever." So I don't necessarily think they should do that, but I think Anzo brought up a good point. You either say, "Hey, you know what? We're gonna dock you $20,000 of your salary or whatever, and we're gonna donate it to whatever black charity, in your name, and we want you to announce that you're doing this. And we do this. We're gonna try to repair some of what's happened because, well, I'm with you guys. I don't necessarily think that he is. He's a comedian. He was a comedian first and foremost. That's how I knew him. And comedians can be raw. They can be graphic. They can say things that are to the wrong audience offensive. I mean, again, Richard Pryor did it a lot, and in fact, straight to people who liked his comedy, called white people crackers, right in the crowd. But they didn't take it as offensive because it was all joking. Everybody knew I came here for a comedy show. Now he's been brought up into this podcast thing, and it's a different platform. So sometimes I think he might get lost into I have to follow certain things. he did say, don't listen to me, don't follow what I say. He said that recently too, which I think was good, because he's saying, listen, I'm just bringing you information that's out there. I'm not telling you to believe it or not to believe it, much like what we do here. He needs to make sure he says that to people more often and says, hey, if you come to my show and listen, I'm gonna maybe have this guy on that says, that this science that's out there isn't real, or we shouldn't worry about this or that. But just because they say that, formulate your own opinion. Okay, I'm just bringing people on because I want guests on my show. I think he needs to be a little more transparent on what he's doing. That again, it's more of a entertainment show than it is a factual show. I think he needs to be very careful on how he approaches things for the next few months. But, I don't think he should be taken off the air. I will say that he's in a difficult position because, like Gina Carano, like a lot of people, when the cancel culture jumps on you, they're going to keep digging. So right now, after they did that mashup of all the N-words being said, trust me, they're just looking for the next thing they can ream him on right now. He is the target of cancel culture at this moment. He is it. Let's talk about it for 3 more minutes.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. He's who they're going after, And to be honest with you, I'm going to play the video where he said on, he was basically, he was like, oh, they went to a movie theater and it was in an area, He's like, is it safe to go here? They went to go see Planet of the Apes, and he said he walked into the theater, and he was like, yo, we walked into Planet of the Apes, and he was like, there were no white people in there whatsoever. And I was just like, damn, bro. Like, I get it. You're trying to be funny and shit, but that joke doesn't work for me at all. There
are certain things, like I said, I don't think Richard Pryor ever went really far. Like I said, I remember in his shows, most he ever did was say cracker. But what you said right there, that being said, seems like that takes it one step further than it needs to go. That's a little too far, I think, because now you're doing something that was always racially derogatory. Right. Always. There was no joke ever behind that, really.
Behind what?
No, Danny, go ahead.
You said what? Behind what? I missed the joke.
The Planet of the Apes comment that he made.
Yeah. He said he went to a theater, right, and was in a black area. They were going to see Planet of the Apes. And then he said when he walked in the theater, he was like, oh, man, we were like really in Planet of the Apes because there was no white people in that theater whatsoever. That's what he said. I was like, damn, when he's saying the N-word stuff, you know what I mean? Whatever. But that joke, that one was rough.
Okay, I live in the South. Okay, and in the summertime, when I was growing up, and sometime now, a lot of black people sit on the porch.
Right.
Hence the name porch. M.
Yeah.
Now, do I want to hear it from someone that looks like Chris? Fuck no. But if I'm in my house and thinking at it, man, the shit kind of funny to me.
I agree.
So I'm just saying.
Someone called me a spear chucker. I was like, a spear chucker.
Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah,
I laughed
my
ass off the first time I ever heard it, and I fucking died of laughing. I was like, spear chucker. Wow. And he hung up on me. He hung up because he wasn't offended by it, But damn.
Yeah, it's a situational thing. Because sometimes somebody will say it, and you'd be like, oh. Sometimes when somebody says that shit with the ER and they had that venom in that tone, that shit will strike some nerve with me.
Well, you see, that's the thing. When he says the N-word, he says it with the ER. Now, he never says it talking about like, oh, he'd just be sitting there and be like, yeah, man, I went to the thing and there was a bunch of, or, you know what I mean? The N and this and that. So I don't know, man.
My 2 triggers is that and color. Somebody called me color. Oh, that shit sends fucking hell through me, buddy.
Danny, you stinking colored.
Oh my God. Don't say it.
All right. The Batman is due out in just over a month. Do you think it will make $1 billion? And if not, will it be considered a flop?
Danny, let me go first on this one too, please.
Okay.
Okay. It's 3 minutes on the board. 3 minutes and go.
Fuck this fucking Batman movie. I am fucking sorry, guys, but because of fucking Nerdman, I have to fucking hope that this movie fucking flops. Like, I hope it only makes like $300 million fucking dollars worldwide. If not that, because of fucking Nerdman. Fucking Nerdman is sitting there talking about it's gonna beat Spider-Man No Way Home, and you fucking MCU fans are not ready for what the Batman is going to bring, and blah 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 blah.
You said $3 billion. He got his damn mind,
bro. Last night someone was in the chat talking about $5 billion. I was like, ain't no movie ever made $5 billion. There's no fucking way this Batman movie is going to make $5 billion.
I saw that shit. I was like, there ain't no fucking way.
I tried to make a bet with this fucking dude. This dude tried to, well, only if it comes out of China, and then if it's in 3D, like all kinds of shit to fucking say that he don't want to take the bet.
That shit could be in 4D. It ain't making no fucking $3 billion.
That is fucking fact.
That's like 100%. That's crazy.
100%. So yes, the Batman is coming out, and as much as I saw the trailers, I was like, yo, this movie looks fire. Nerdman has fucking made me actually want to fucking shit on this movie constantly. And I will fucking probably hate this movie just because of Nerdman. So do I want it to make $1 billion? No. I don't even think it's going to make half of what No Way Home made. I give it realistically about $800 million around there. Close to the billion mark, but probably not. I know the ticket sales were going really good for it, which you expect from a Batman movie, but it's not even close. Like, I haven't heard it saying, oh, you know, it's close to Endgame type of numbers or to Spider-Man No Way Home numbers. So with that being said, Batman also, because of the Snyder Cut stuff, has a bad taste in people's mouth. So people are probably going to be skeptical about going to see it. And then it also looks like a ripoff of those fucking trash-ass Nolan movies. So that's another fucking reason. That's another fucking reason why I am going to shit on this fucking movie. Fuck this bullshit-ass Batman movie. Marvel is where it's at. We are making the movies. DC is just riding fucking coattails. So, no, it's not making $1 billion. Absolutely fucking not. No.
And if it doesn't make $1 billion, will it be considered a flop?
Yes. Okay. Yes. Hey, man, it's going to be considered a flop to me regardless. Fuck this movie. It is a flop. That's all.
Okay. All right. Let me pause that. Bring up 3 minutes. Danny, your turn. Go.
Unfortunately, I think it is going to make $1 billion because ain't nothing else coming out around it. It's kind of, I don't see nothing else coming out. The last movie that they made, DC made, was what? Suicide Squad 2, and it's definitely going to smoke that. So I think it might make $1 billion. I think it might limp across $1 billion, especially if it goes out in China. But it ain't going to do much more than that. It ain't gonna do much more. I'm gonna say somewhere stay between 850 million to $1 billion, somewhere in that range. And even if it don't make that, I don't think it's gonna be a flop. I think that it kind of is in a perfect spot, perfect position. Like I said, I see nothing Marvel related, DCU related that's gonna knock it off. So I think it's definitely gonna be number one in the box office 3 or 4 weeks strong. So I think it might do it. It's not going to do Spider-Man numbers. No way. I don't believe that. But I won't be surprised if it make $1 billion. Somewhere, like I said, if you make it, it's going to be barely. I mean, so I hope it does. But I feel what you're saying. I feel exactly what you're saying with Nerd.
You know what I mean? You want to rub that shit in his face and be like, fuck you.
So if it doesn't make $1 billion, will it be considered a flop?
Not in my opinion, no.
No. Okay. So you think as long as okay, what's the number it has to reach not to be considered a flop?
If it doesn't make over 500 million, it's going to be a flop.
Okay.
Facts. I'll agree with that.
I will too. But, okay. Anything else?
That's all I got.
All I'm saying is, if this movie flops, Nerdman, I am coming for you. I will be talking shit constantly. Nerdman will also have to fucking praise the MCU for about, I think it was like 3 shows because he has a bet with Chillmonger. So all of that shit is what I'm hoping for. Flop, Batman, flop. Fuck this shit.
Wow. That's
some serious hate there, buddy. But
that is.
It's Nerdman.
I know.
It's Nerdman. When I first saw the 2 trailers, I was like, yo, this shit is fire. And then after being on streams with this guy constantly, now I gotta fucking say the movie's gonna trash. I gotta.
Yeah, some people can drive you that. I know what you mean.
All right. I don't think it's gonna make $1 billion. I don't. Again, this okay. Looking at it, if it isn't an automatic like knockout in the first group of people who go to see this on opening night, which I think I'm going to be one of them. If it isn't absolutely a knockout of the park that night, word's going to get around really quick and it's just going to fizzle.
It only took
Spider-Man and Ghostbusters. You know, Spider-Man and Ghostbusters had a lot of buzz behind it. Spider-Man has so much damn buzz about it. It's like, as soon as I didn't even realize that they had released a new trailer a few weeks ago. That's how little buzz is there for this. And I was trying to figure it out. I was like, man, I didn't even know when it was coming out originally. And I was like, oh yeah, it is in March. But you see, and Dandelion says, there's been too many Batman incarnations. I don't know about that. It's just Batman's one of those things you have to be very careful how you approach it. And I think there are enough fans of Ben Affleck's Batman that are mad because this started out as his Batman movie, his solo Batman movie. And then when he dropped out of writing and directing, he dropped out of it completely. And I don't know. There's a lot of Batfleck fans that I don't know if they're going to support this movie.
That's exactly what I am hoping for. That the fucking Snyder fans come out in droves and ban this movie. Boycott.
There's a lot of Snyder fans I'm not sure that will accept this movie. And the other problem it has is, again, going back to the whole DCEU thing. It's not part of the DCEU, and that's not the problem. The problem is that they have no direction for one of their top bills, which is Batman. They're literally in their main storyline going to Batgirl and Supergirl, which is astounding that this isn't even going to be the marquee character. This is like the Joker, and now the Joker movie was fire. I love the Joker movie, and maybe this is going to end up like that too. I'm not saying it can't do it. I just don't think it will, because I don't think enough people are invested into this Batman. More people are still wanting the Snyder stuff. When the Joker came out, everybody just kind of looked at it and was like, what is this even? And then when people started going to it, everybody started talking about it because of how good it was. That's what this thing's going to have to rely on. So, hey, Nindroid, how you guys doing? Good to see you guys here. Share out the stream, smash the like button, do all that stuff for me, please, please, please. I greatly appreciate it. 3 minutes. We're going to talk about this together.
It only costs $100 million to make. I just looked it up. So
yeah, it wasn't expensive. But when you don't put that, think about it this way: The Matrix cost $150 million to make. Mm-hmm. Sometimes less money isn't going to help you that much. People walk into Batman expecting certain things. If they didn't put the money into it to give those things, they might walk out of this theater and go like, that's crap. That's not Batman. And yes, I know it's supposed to be like Batman Year One, but I don't think people really understand Batman Year One.
Yeah, I'm starting a hashtag, guys. It's gonna be boycott the Batman. Hail Snyderverse fans. That's what I'm doing. I'm starting a fucking hashtag. I am going to start a movement to boycott this Batman movie because I know you Snyder fans are really upset with the fact that they don't do the Ben Affleck's Batman. You know what I mean? They're pretty much shitting on the Snyderverse. So all you Snyder fans need to fucking get together and say we are boycotting the Batman. So let's do it. Hashtag boycott the Batman.
Come on, Alonzo, you got to do better than that. How about if Nerdman start talking shit about Star Wars? You gonna start campaigning against Star Wars?
Maybe.
Oh my god.
Maybe if he starts
Well,
talking,
he's talked about starting the campaign against Tom Brady. I'm welcoming him on that side. If he come on over. You're more than welcome over here.
Nerdman probably even watch football.
No, he don't.
You see,
The hell you know about Tom Brady?
No, Rob.
Yeah,
Rob
it was Rob.
I mean, again, I think this is going to heavily rely. This is going to heavily rely on the same thing that the Joker did. When the Joker came out, there was a lot of people going like, "What the hell are they even doing?" As soon as people went to watch it, everybody talked about it. If this movie gets the wrong talk going immediately, it's done. In fact, 500 million might be a chore.
I don't believe that. There ain't nothing else around it. There's nothing else around it. And right now,
It doesn't matter.
The drug is superhero, and Batman.
It doesn't matter if people
Chris,
say it's shit.
You're right.
Well, no, I mean, no. Okay, that's an opinion. That's my opinion. You say that it won't matter because there's nothing coming around it. You could be right. I mean, I don't know. I think this is a toss-up either way it goes.
I agree with you. We got to understand that people have a bad taste with some of these Batman movies in their mouth. You know what I mean? So there's a good chance that people will be waiting to see what other people say about it before they go see it. And if they hear that it's bad, they'll probably pass on it. So it could go. But chances are it's probably going to make money. But at the end of the day, I'm hoping it doesn't. Because of Nerd Man.
All right. Let me reset this. And let's go get our third question. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the NFL sets up or rigs the playoffs? What are your thoughts about that?
Ooh. So you're asking, do we think that the NFL sets up? Do you
believe that the NFL sets these things up or rigs it a certain way? And I'm not saying necessarily at the beginning of the year. I'm just saying once we get to the playoffs, do you think that? Danny, you want to go first this time?
Yeah.
All right, 3 minutes, go.
Sometimes I think they do, but if they were trying to set this up and rig it, they would never put these two together because I don't think nobody want to see Cincinnati. I could be wrong, but I don't want to see Cincinnati. I would have much rather seen Brady in Kansas City or whatever. So if they are in the ref's ear saying, hey, call it, throw this flag or call this penalty or do something, then they must have seriously dropped the ball because I would much rather seen Kansas City and Brady or Green Bay or somebody. Like I said, I don't know if I'm even going to really watch this game seriously. I'm going to be more focused on whatever previews they're going to show from upcoming movies. The Batman, I hope. Maybe I hope they're throwing maybe a Doctor Strange. I don't know. Super Bowl is the biggest time when you can put in, pay high dollars to get a lot of more eyes on your product. So whatever movies that's coming out, maybe we'll see glimpses of that, trailers of that will whet our appetite even more. like I said, some games I said, man, something looked funny about that. Why did he like Patrick Mahomes? He looked unlike himself in that last game. I said, the game before it, I mean, in 13 seconds, he came down and won the game. Now, this game, like he couldn't, if he stayed in the pocket, run out the pocket, people chasing him down, and he running back and forth across the field, couldn't find nobody, couldn't make a play. I mean, I don't know. We like to say that, but I hope it's not rigged. If I found it is rigged, that's really gonna make me look at the NFL in a whole totally different light. But sometimes when things don't go our way, you say things like that without really having proof. Um, I don't know. If they are doing that, I think they could have get better ratings from different teams than the two they have currently now. If they were truly setting this up or truly pulling the strings to get maximum fan watch or people on TV watching or people in the stands, I just think it's a better team. But I don't know. I hope it's not, because if it is, would truly make me look at NFL in a totally different way, and I don't want to. I don't do that. If they are doing it, I want to stay totally oblivious and ignorant to that fact. I do not want to find out. So fingers crossed they aren't doing it. But if they are doing it, I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be disappointed and hurt, but I wouldn't be surprised. But I don't want ever want to find out if they are doing it.
Okay. All right. Nzo, 3 minutes. Go.
Well, on a different note, I'm excited for the Super Bowl, right? Because even though I didn't want to, like, I could care less about these two teams. The fact that there are two teams that, haven't been to the Super Bowl in a long time or never been to the Super Bowl are actually playing in the Super Bowl, I'm excited for that. But I don't know if they rig or set up. Sometimes I think there is favoritism to certain teams, right? Big market teams, money teams, teams that bring in ratings. I believe there's favoritism. I mean, we already know that the NBA had a big scandal with that already, right? Whether you believe it or not, there is definitely some truth to what that Tim Donahue was saying, hands down. Because I've watched some of these games and I could not believe the shit that was going on. It was the fucking Lakers and Sacramento game. And if you go back and you watch like YouTube videos about that game, you will see how bad it was reffed and how one-sided it was. There was also the Miami Dallas finals. Mark Cuban had said some shit, and I believe a ref or somebody said to him, like, you're not going to win this, right? We've also had I think it was George Karl, right? Where a ref went up to George Karl and told him that Yao Ming is going to be fouled, and you know what I mean? So yeah, there is some shit to it, but I think football might be a little bit harder to do that with because there's so many moving pieces on the field. Yeah, I get it. You can have a penalty here, call a penalty there, stop a team's momentum. But man, if a team is just dominating a game, there's really nothing they can do about that, no matter how hard they try, right? Team's gonna score. So and if they're trying to do that, they can't be blatant, right? And NFL has a good way of showing that maybe some of these calls are bad, but it doesn't look like they're actually trying to rig a game. So I'm like Danny, I don't want to believe that they're doing it. If they ever do, like if we ever do or people do find out that they are rigging their games, that shit is going to blow up so bad because you're going to say that they're doing it Vegas, gambling and all kinds of shit like that. It will blow up in the NFL's face. So I don't know if they can actually take that chance to do that, but again, like the Super Bowl where the Patriots won, where they created the tuck rule. There's certain things you can point to and be like, kind of, sort of, I don't think they do it all the time, but I do think that if a game is close and the Patriots are a big market team, ratings team is there, they'll do something they can do to push that team through. But that's about it. Yeah.
All right, 3 minutes. I mean, there are plenty of things you can point to. Tuck rule. In the Cincinnati game for Kansas City, they pushed one of our guys when he was like 2 or 3 steps out of bounds. They pushed him like through a crowd of people and on the sideline and down, and no flag was thrown. And now I'm not saying that changes the scope of the game, but when you see blatant fouls or things that are so obvious that they should be called one way, and then they're either not even called, or like, for instance, it was a fumble when Brady fumbled it that time. But then somebody, somewhere, Belichick, somebody, I don't remember who it was, said, whoa, wait, there's this rule called the tuck rule, and that's what this was. And then they call it. And it's like, nobody had heard of this. What's going on, Mio? It's so ridiculous. Some of the stuff you see. But at the same time, I go back to what Danny said. I don't see there being a plus side to Cincinnati being in this. And truthfully, I don't see there being a plus side to LA being in this. Why? Because most LA fans don't give a crap about their team. The only reason why this particular Super Bowl will get any play or any money is because it's in Hollywood, or it's around Hollywood. So all the stars will be there. It'll be a bunch of glitz and glamour. It's got an excellent lineup for the halftime show. And that's the only reason why people are going to watch it. You know what? In these days, I can turn to it right at halftime and watch the halftime show. And then tomorrow, the day after, I can go and watch all of the Super Bowl commercials. They'll have a little channel on YouTube. Somebody will come up with it, and that'll be it. And you go watch all of them, and you're done. You don't even have to watch the game. I'm with Danny, though. I don't want to know if that is what's going on. One, because I have a team that I love, Kansas City Chiefs, who went last year and the year before, and I don't want to think for a minute that they were given the game or that they were given free pass to the Super Bowl.
You know, they were given 2 Super Bowls. The Super Bowl one they were given, it was given to them. Yeah,
well, then Pittsburgh, that happened to them a few times. New England and Tampa Bay. Right there. That what does that say right there?
When Pittsburgh won their championship, it was hard work. It was a struggle. They won 2 of them.
That's if they're doing it. That was the only time that they said, "No, let's not do it this year." Right?
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's. I don't think it's actually happening, but there's a lot of suspect things. They got to figure out how to clean up the whole officiating thing. I think the officiating is the biggest part of this that makes people lean towards this. So, do you think that's the thing? Do you think that maybe the officials, there needs to be a better way?
I think they give more. I want more timeouts and more challenges.
You think so?
I do. And I hate the fact that if you get a challenge and you don't win it, you lose a timeout. I think that's bullshit. I think you have a set number of challenges and a set number of timeouts. I don't think the only reason why.
Oh, go ahead, Danny.
I just don't think the reason you challenge should cost you a timeout. I don't think that's fair.
Well, the reason why they only give a few challenges is because it will slow down the game, and that's one of the biggest issues that they have is they don't want to slow down the game.
But so you get 2 challenges, right?
Yeah, you get 2.
Yeah. Well, and a third one if you get the first 2 right. I think that they should give you 2 challenges and one third challenge that's a separate challenge that can only be if you think there was a foul. Like, for instance, when the guy got pushed out of bounds, you can throw your flag and say, hey, that's a penalty right there. Like when they're blatantly penalized and they don't call it and you know it, I think something like that might be I think better thing to do.
They should have 3 challenges. You get 2 during the game, and then you get 1 during the 2 minute. You can use only when the 2.
Well, you don't have to use a challenge in the 2 minutes because everything is.
Yeah, but certain things you can't challenge. It's not reviewable because if you don't fall in this category, then they can review it. If it falls in a different category, then you can't review it. I forgot what the
Yeah,
exact
I
category.
know. But even with a challenge, you wouldn't be able to review that play anyways, right? So what happens after the 2 minutes is the booth challenges all the
Because I was thinking,
questionable plays.
yeah, there was one like where I think it was Green Bay when they had like illegal formation,
Mm-hmm.
but they couldn't challenge it because they didn't have any timeouts or didn't have something a challenge, either a timeout or something. They couldn't challenge it. I
If they
think
don't
like
have timeouts, if they don't have timeouts, they
it
can't
was
challenge.
fourth down or something, and if they could have, if they could have challenged it, then they would have got the first down because it was it would have been a 5-yard penalty, which would have given the first down. Something like that. I just think is.
Did it happen to Green Bay?
I think it was Green Bay. It was,
I'm cool with it.
It was fun. Yeah, look at you. Okay. One day they're gonna be Pittsburgh.
Then I won't be cool with it. But right now, I'm good with it. I'll let it slide. Oh shit! But I feel you. I think. Oh, one last thing before I think that they should let you challenge every play. You know, well, not every play. I mean, like, you know, if there's a pass in, like, okay, let's say what are the things that they can't challenge? Whatever it is they can't challenge, everything should be on the board. So legal formation, that should be able to challenge. You know what I mean? You think a guy gets pushed out of bounds, you should be able to challenge that. There's certain plays that once the whistle blows, you can't challenge it. And I think that's wrong. I think you should still have your 2 or 3 challenges, but there's certain plays.
Oh, no, I like that rule.
Not one play that you can't challenge.
If you don't call it before the next play, I'm cool with that.
Oh, no, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. But I mean, sometimes when the play is over, the refs blow the whistle. And once the refs blow the whistle, you can't challenge.
Well, yeah, there are certain plays that but yeah, and I do agree. I mean, there's some things they need to reformulate on that. So, yeah, okay. All right, guys. You know what time it is. Everybody in the chat, are you ready? Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now for the moment that everyone's been waiting for. It's Khaos Central's Final 5 Fact or Fiction. Yes, the Final 5 Fact or Fiction, where we go over 5 things and we have to say fact or fiction on. Now we do have three that have been done tonight, and we're going to bring those up. Let me bring it up right here. I have to bring up the tally too. Hold on. Let's see here. Make sure I get this. Forgot to bring up the tally. Cannot believe of all the things I didn't get the tally, but it's right here. Here we go. All right. Current rating or current rank is Danny has 15, Nzo has 12, I have 13. So, first one, Final 5 Fact or Fiction, question number 3. This is from week 3. Week 3, I think. Yes, here we go. And this is the last. Is this the last one for week 3? Oh, yeah. Wow. It's the last one for week 3 that we haven't gotten to yet. The first 2 weeks of the NFL season have been crazy and unpredictable. Fact or fiction, the teams in the Super Bowl this year will not have played in the previous 2 Super Bowls. We know that neither of these 2 teams have. And all 3 of us said fiction. We all believed either Tampa Bay or Kansas City was going to be in. So, that is nothing for any of us. We're going to save that. And that means we do not go up in anything. I know. Next one. Week 11, question number 2. The Matrix Resurrections is being released in China. Its current worldwide gross is $256 million. I don't know where I got that number from. I swear to God, I saw it. It isn't even anywhere near that. That's not even, it's like,
yeah,
here's the deal. It only made $7.5 million
worldwide
opening weekend in China. No, in China. Oh. The opening weekend in China only made 7.5, and they called it a flop in China. It's only made like 156 million. Yeah. I think we can call this right now. Mm-hmm. This is Is the Matrix Resurrection going to make over 500 million after its release in China? Week 11 answers are right here. So question number 2, you can see fact. Danny said it would. Nzo said it would, and I said it would. We all said it would, and it did not.
I could have swore I said fiction on this one. Motherfucker.
That was question 2.
Huh? Yeah, that's question 2. Yeah, of week 11. And actually, the next one is also from week 11. Question number 4, the Green Bay Packers are the favorites to win the Super Bowl, with the Chiefs close second. If the two reach the Super Bowl, it'll be a rematch of that, blah, blah, blah. Kansas City Chiefs and the Green Bay Packers will face off in the Super Bowl.
I know I said fiction on this one.
Danny said fact. Nzo said fiction because he said the Pittsburgh Steelers. The only reason why he got saved in this is because the Pittsburgh Steelers didn't make it. Because he said they were going to make it. So both Danny and I said fact. We didn't get it right. So Nzo comes and ties me at 13.
Ooh,
that is all. That is all that we
but
have.
At least I caught one.
Okay, I'm going to change this up. It's going to be 14. And give me just a second here.
HT Balls will say challenge per quarter would be good.
Well, that's only 4 challenges together, but I mean, I guess that would work.
Shit, I have this set for AM?
Yeah, you did. I meant to tell you that today, and I forgot, and I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Because I do that all the time, too. I have set so many streams up for different times, and it's like, hey, you're... JJ, that's a JJ thing, man. JJ would like call me or text me halfway through the day. Hey, by the way, you're streaming now. No, I'm not. It's not till tonight. Oh, well, it says you're on now. Okay, so week 14, and here we go. Question number 1, fact or fiction. Since 2011 Super Bowl between Green Bay and Pittsburgh, the game has seen steadily declining viewership. With LA and Cincinnati in this year, many believe this trend to continue. Fact or fiction, this year's Super Bowl will see less viewers than last year's.
Fiction.
Okay, Nzo?
Fiction.
And I'm going to go fiction because it's in LA. Did you hear they have a heat advisory there this week?
It's hot?
On Sunday, they're going to have a heat advisory. 90 degrees, I think, is what it's supposed to be, or something like that. It's never happened in February.
Wow. I think because they're two teams that nobody like knows, and it's like, oh my gosh, like who's gonna win? I think it's gonna be a bigger draw.
Well, I think there's partially that, and I think also that
that Super Bowl show halftime gonna help it too.
For real,
halftime,
yeah,
and also it is LA. It's just something about that I don't think people are going to watch for the teams. I think this is a type of one that, for instance, when Kansas City was in, it was Kansas City fans that watched it. Mm-hmm. I don't think a lot of other people across the country watched it. I think this time, because these two teams are just kind of whatever, there will be more casual viewers who will watch it than not. I could be wrong, though. All right, question number 2, fact or fiction. Icarus flew into the sun at the end of the MCU film Eternals, but a recent TikTok that was quickly deleted suggests that his stunt double will return as a character coming back into the MCU. Fact or fiction. Icarus will return in a future MCU project. And I sent you guys, to give you a little context of where this is coming from, I sent you the
I must
article.
say fact because I heard that rumor already. So I
Okay.
believe Icarus is coming back. I'm saying fact.
Okay. Danny?
Fact.
I'm going to say fact too, because I don't know. I liked his character, and they can use him in so many different ways. I'd be interested. What do you think about him and Adam? from Guardians of the Galaxy.
First off, I want to see how Adam is done because I'm not really fond of the guy that got to play him. So,
all right. Screw the Super Bowl, Puppy Bowl.
No.
Very good. Question number. You know what's funny is Snoop Dogg's going to be doing the halftime, but he's also doing the Puppy Bowl with Martha Stewart.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, I might watch the Puppy Bowl more than I want to watch this. With Russia placing at or around 100,000 troops at the Ukrainian border, it seems that they are poised to invade the country. Talks continue between Russia, U.S., France, and Germany, but the outcome is uncertain, and the U.S. has even asked Germany to cancel an oil pipeline if Russia does invade as punishment. Fact or fiction? Russia will invade the Ukraine by the end of the year. This is a little serious, this one is.
You go first. You already went first.
Yeah, you go
I will say I guess it's just wishful hoping, but I'm gonna say fiction.
I'm gonna go fact. Fuck it. I have no idea, but I'm gonna go fact.
I'm gonna go fiction.
Okay. Number 4. I gotta go over here really quick. All right. Number 4. Joe Rogan has been criticized lately for his COVID misinformation and use of the N-word. Cancel culture seems determined to have him removed from Spotify and other platforms. Joe Rogan has apologized, but fact or fiction, Joe Rogan will be removed from the Spotify platform by the end of the year.
Fiction.
Fiction.
I say fiction too.
Cash cow. No fucking way.
Damn it, you better not say it again. Any more tapes out there?
Yeah, for real. And especially with the fact that Spotify actually just went around and they took off all the offensive videos, right? That goes to show you that they're not going to take them off.
All right. We all know that last week's best cartoons of the 80s and 90s on Nzo's Khaos list was a blast, but many are calling foul. They believe that the Animaniacs should have won. Fact or fiction? In a poll that is ran in the chat all night, Animaniacs will win over the Thundercats as the best cartoon of the 80s and 90s.
Oh my God. I'm actually going to have to go with facts on that one. I'm going to go with facts on that one.
Okay.
I'm going to say fiction.
And since I already know the answer, I am not going to get a point, so I'm not doing it. All right? Because let me go over here, stop that screen, go up here, share this screen. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay. And right here, as you can see down here, if I blow it up, I stopped it. Thundercats won with 57%.
Boom! What the fuck? Had I known that that's what that poll was for, I wouldn't have fucking voted.
I voted for Thundercats.
So did
I told you guys would want to kill me because I was doing that all night long. Dude, we had 45 votes on that. It was back and forth for a while. But all right, so we're just going to take that off automatically. Since you said fact, Danny gets another one.
That's some bullshit. That is some bullshit.
Yes.
That is some bullshit.
That's the best one yet.
Oh, and I had to. Oh, where is it? Where is it?
Dandelion, woman, what is you smoking?
I was robbed.
Thundercats, Smokes, Animaniacs. I can remember several Thundercats.
You're lucky. I would have probably voted.
16. That's what Danny's got. 16. He's 3 ahead of both of us. Oh, craziness! That I told you guys were going to kill me. I just threw that up before we even started. I was like, I'm just going to let it run and see what happens. Guys, thank you everybody who's in the chat tonight. I appreciate it. I hate you guys because Animaniacs is a fucking awesome show. I think. But Thundercats did it twice, so can't be. Oh, look at Anzo's playing with his pussy again. Let's go around and have these guys tell you one more time about themselves. We'll start down there with Anzo. Anzo, tell them about yourself. Tell them about your show coming up right after this. Go.
What's up, guys? Biggaford Entertainment. Next up is the OOC. Got a few topics on there. We'll be talking about what's going on in Ottawa. We got the Joe Rogan stuff, and we got talking about the BLM leader that was jailed, and we're going to discuss some of that. So hopefully you guys check it out. Much appreciated. Great show today. And Chris, you're an asshole.
I know. Told you. Yeah, all right. Danny, tell everybody about yourself and your channel.
Danny Graham, AK Comment Chat. You can find me here on this channel Monday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights here also with Chris and Anzo. Hopefully, we're going to do the show before the Super Bowl this Saturday, if work permits. 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Square One. We're talking all NFL. So, tune in if you're not doing anything. We appreciate it. Good show tonight, Chris.
All right. Guys, thank you very much. Make sure that you tune in this Sunday for the final 2 shows of the Book of Boba Fett Roundtable, Group 1 and 2. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of different thoughts on that. When we were on Guy Scar's channel before this, there was a lot of different thoughts going around. I think Danny and I kind of had the same thought, though. We liked the series overall as a whole.
I gave it an A.
So check what?
I gave it an A.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So guys, check it out, and then don't forget next week, same time, always Monday, back. Tuesday, Wednesday. Huh?
I also say he's back.
Oh, I see. Okay, hold on. Yeah. Make sure you tune in next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for well, actually not Monday. Monday's
not Monday. Monday's Valentine's Day. I can't do it.
Yeah. So Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday and Wednesday we'll have our shows at 9 p.m. It'll be
Actually, I don't know about Tuesday either, because Tuesday there's a versus.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe next week we'll take the week off.
If you guys want to. I was thinking about doing it on Friday, but it's up to you.
I'm cool either way.
It's Valentine's week, so we can
take the weekend.
Music Soul Child versus shit. Hold on. Was it Carl Anthony, I think?
Music Soul Child got that.
Okay.
Yeah, music. Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
Then we'll probably be off next week.
Anthony Hamilton. Yeah, it's going to be
make sure that you check out. Make sure you check out the Book of Boba Fett Roundtable, and we'll have some other stuff going on. But what's the next roundtable coming up, guys? Do you know?
I think it's Moonlight.
Moonlight, I think.
Moonlight. Yeah. And who's taking that?
Me.
You? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So make sure you check that out when it's coming out. And with that said, guys, everybody, take it easy. Oh, by the way, we made it up to 257 subscribers tonight. So thank you to everybody out there. I really appreciate it. But with that said, peace, guys.
Peace.